So the process of learning starts with, me as a learner being aware of the fact that I need to learn something or there's something new, then me being ready for it. So there is a state of readiness which the learner has to be in order to be able to assimilate or take in the new learning. And then, as any training manager will tell you, the trick to getting learner engagement right at the outset is to grab the learner's attention. So I would, when a learning grabs my attention, I'm more likely to be engaged and involved and be participative. And then, as we all are familiar with, one of the principles of adult learning, which says that we start with the learner's existing information, the existing information that he or she has, and then we bridge the gap and take them to the new information. So we give them an opportunity to recall what they already know so that they themselves can connect the dots and build this new information. And then, of course, we present the actual learning content, so which is the content of your course, your classroom session, or your e-learning. And then all of us tend to learn by seeing something demonstrated, more so when it comes to a skill. So this is something where, as a learner, I expect to be given an opportunity to see something in action, to see something being demonstrated. For instance, as a negotiation skill, I'm more likely to learn if I can see it being demonstrated. And then I would want to try. After I'm sure of what it is I need to do, I would like to have an opportunity to try it out. And then I would expect some feedback on my attempt, or I would myself, evaluate how it has been and tweak my responses accordingly. And then any good learning experience, of course, there's a lot of time for thinking. I'd just like to mention here that this is a very crude process. It's not a strictly, it's not that each step is strictly sequential, but this is just to give you an idea of all the various touch points, if I may call them that, where we actually uh, assimilate this learning, or where we get prepared to assimilate this learning. So you have opportunities for thinking, you mull over it, you reflect on it, it gets committed to your long term memory, then you try once again. And then, of course, you would want to assess yourself on how competently you have picked up the new skill, or how well you've acquired the new knowledge. And then finally, the reward for it could be intrinsic, where you have the sense of satisfaction that you learn something new, or well, it could be just an extrinsic reward where you get points, where you get, where your learning has prepared you for your next role and so on. And then once you're back, in your everyday context, you would look for opportunities where you can further build on your skill. So you would actively seek out coaching and mentoring opportunities where you get to buddy up with somebody who's very competent in that area so that you can learn further. And learning doesn't really end here, but typically you would also want to have certain resources which will help you to reinforce that learning, what we in corporate training refer to as performance support.